Hey, everybody. It's Kristin.
And Jenny.
And we're here to tell you that nobody, and we mean nobody, messes with our boyfriends.
That's canonically true.
We're going on tour. What are we doing, Jenny? Where are we going?
The Nobody Messes With My Boyfriend tour is stopping in New York on October 18th, Philadelphia on October 19th, and Burlington, Vermont for the first time ever on October 29th. We are doing live tapings of, in order, What's My Line Part 1, What's My Line Part 2, and Ted.
Everyone's favorite episode, Ted. I'm so excited to talk about Ted in front of a live audience. I cannot even begin to express it.
It's going to be great.
You can find out all of the information you need to know at bufferingcast.com/live or check out our calendar where our events always live. Tickets go on sale for our patrons only tomorrow, Thursday, August 28th.
And then on sale to the general public Friday, August 29th. So come on out, join us for some live tapings that will be a hoot and possibly a nanny. And, we'd love to see you try to mess with our boyfriends.
Bufferingcast.com/live.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Breathe deep. Imagine your legs more limber in Duluth Trading Double Flex Denim. Envision euphorically squatting for that can of suds, bending for your toolbox in a state of bliss, lunging for your laser level on a whole new level. Relax and allow the flex to fill you with ability. Find your inner flex in Double Flex Denim only at Duluth Trading.
Buffy, are you all right? What?
Are you hurt?
Buffy, are you hurt? Buffy? She's not Buffy.
Who's Buffy?
Oh, this is fun. What year is this? 1775, I believe. I don't understand. Who are you? We're friends. Friends of whom? Your dress. Everything is strange. How did I come to be here? Breathe, okay? Breathe. You're gonna faint again. How are we supposed to get through this without the Slayer?
What's a Slayer?
Hello, and welcome back to Buffering the Vampire Slayer, once more with spoilers, a podcast where we are watching and discussing each and every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer one at a time for the second time, this time with spoilers. Do you know what I miss? Leeches! I'm Jenny Owen Youngs.
Oh, Jenny, I was brought up as a proper lady. I'm not meant to understand things. I'm just meant to look good. And then someone nice will marry me.
Maybe 2 times.
Maybe twice. I'm Kristin Russo, and today we are discussing Season 2, Episode 6 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Halloween.
Halloween was written by Carl Ellsworth and directed by Bruce Seth Green, no relation. It originally aired on October 27th, 1997.
This is the one where, according to IMDb, on Halloween, Buffy and her friends patronize an unusual costume shop where customers turn into whatever costume they are wearing. This is the one where Ethan, Rayne, and Ripper unite, reunite, probably make out a little, etc.
What is the right way to segue into our spoiler warning from there? I'm not sure, but into every generation, a spoiler warning is born. We alone wield the strength and skill to discuss things from any of the following sources. All 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and the canonical Dark Horse comics and Angel the TV series and any related canonical comics, and honestly, any other comics that might be non-canonical. We might just throw something in, and anything that currently exists inside of the Buffyverse. Oh, I guess that kind of covers what I just said. And anything that may be announced or released as we go. Are you watching the show for the first time and not ready to be spoiled? Baby, go back in the feed. You can listen to our spoiler-free coverage of this episode, which originally aired on February 15th, 2017.
They are releasing new comics. Is that not a fact?
It's true that there's a new Buffy and new Angel book coming from Dynamite. I actually went to Stairway to Heaven, my local comic shop, the other day and put them on my pull list, even though release dates have yet to be announced. I was like, just just please.
Get ahead of the crowd. Shouldn't we be on some kind of fancy list for that shit? You know what I mean? Don't we get that? Don't we just get that?
Kristin, I know you like to be fancy. I'm just happy.
It's just natural, you know? It comes to me naturally fancy.
I know you expect the best things in life, but okay, I'll wait for you to finish our intro before I say what I was actually
just going to say creamy and chunky and naturally fancy.
That's you.
Anyway, you should stay tuned. If you like what you hear, you should keep on staying tuned. Listen to the whole podcast. We'll be playing the song that we originally wrote for this episode at the end of the episode. And then if you stay, you will hear us talk about the creation of that song.
And this has been a real delight, a real special new feature of the pod that I've really been enjoying, and that it has meant a lot to me for people who have popped by the merch table at like my shows, or people who have commented in the Discord or on socials that's of interest to them, the little song chats. I love talking about these songs, and it means a lot that other people, even one person, if one person liked that we were doing it, I would be so happy. But in fact, more people have commented positively. Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right. So we are talking about Halloween. Jenny, I said to you, and I believe I've also said it in the Discord, that this is an episode that I barely even need to take notes on at this point. Out of 144 episodes, I want to say that I've seen this one maybe the most, between our Halloween Hootenanny live events and watching it for live watches, because it's a fun watch and it's really fun to watch around, spoiler alert, Halloween.
Yes.
It's an episode I've seen just so many times.
Yeah. Some people would say it's like the second or third best Halloween episode of Buffy. Hard to say whether Fear itself is the other, like which slot it's in for second or third. And then, of course, Old Man Kaltenbach's debut in season 7.
Yeah. The third Halloween episode of Buffy.
Favorite Halloween episode
Notably.
of Buffy.
Jenny is referring, in case you missed our Halloween Hootenanny, to the competition between herself, myself, and Joanna Robinson. We each took an episode of Buffy, a Halloween episode of Buffy, and pitted them against each other for the best. And Jenny maintains that her episode, what is the name? Not Fear Itself. I had Halloween. Joanna had Fear Itself. And Jenny is literally looking up the name all the way. It's called All the Way. I didn't have to look it up.
I mean, it's just not a very festive.
Yeah.
It just sounds like none of my business, actually.
I think unbiasedly, I defended this as the best Halloween episode of the series. I do think that because it has Ethan and Giles in it, it is my personal favorite for that reason. But in terms of like episodes of television, I do think Fear Itself, which we'll get in a couple of seasons. No, which we'll get, in season 4, right? Is Fear Itself is the champion of Halloween episodes. But this is an amazing episode. This is a fantastic episode.
This is great. And and then there's All the Way, of course.
And then there's All the Way.
Listen, they're all great in their own ways. Okay? Agree to accept?
Agree to agree.
All right. Before we start talking about this episode, could we talk about a recent announcement that is a current event? No, I'm not talking about everyone posting a million grainy leaked photographs from the pilot episode shoot of the Buffy reboot. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is that the season 2 trailer for Fallout has dropped. I'm freaking out.
I haven't seen it yet, Jenny.
And it premieres on Kristin's birthday.
Oh my
December
God, it does?
17th. That's
Wow.
why I said happy birthday when I sent you the link to the trailer. And then one of the promotional images, there's a promotional image for each of the main characters. And the one for Lucy, she's standing inside of the mouth of a gigantic dinosaur. And the Fallout copy is, yes, Lucy's standing inside the mouth of a dinosaur. No, we're not going to give you any more context. I think based on the comments, players of Fallout New Vegas know exactly what's up with that dinosaur. And I myself am going to try to play some New Vegas before we get to the season drop.
Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too.
Kristen, you haven't played Fallout 4 yet. And that's the whole reason I made you buy a PlayStation.
I have so many games to play.
Oh,
so many
boy.
games, so little time. Jenny, I thought you were just wishing me a happy birthday because it was a gift that the trailer had dropped. I did not put it together.
It's a gift that the season 2 will premiere on your B-Day, your most holy B-Day.
45th birthday. What?
Wow, and I'll only be 44 at that time.
Who's 45? Get out of here.
I've honestly never heard of a 45-year-old. Speaking of being in our 40s, the other thing that I've been thinking about... Sorry, we're going to talk about Buffy in like 1 minute.
Uh-huh.
But this also, for some reason, felt relevant. Maybe because Sarah Michelle Gellar and Parvati are like hanging out all the time. But I had a solid, since last we taped, I had a solid like 4 to 5 days long where I was like, okay, I'm going to actually apply to be on Survivor.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's a 1 in a bazillion chance of actually getting cast. But I thought to myself, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this nonsense.
Jenny.
I'm ready to put my hat in the ring. Then, a couple of days ago, I remembered how everyone is so bug bitten.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a requirement that you have to say, like, Survivor bucket list in your confessionals. You have to be like, this happened, and that's Survivor bucket list. And I don't think that I can do that. So that's where I'm at. I'm still thinking about it. They're taking applications for season 51 and beyond right now. So, Kristin, just know that there's a possibility, slim though it may be, that we'll need to adjust our taping schedule so that I can go to Fiji for up to, what do they do, 28 days now?
Are you allowed to bring a little Zoom recorder and a battery that could power that shit?
That would be so cool, but they don't do luxury items anymore, so no.
That's a survival item.
I feel like there have been podcasters on the last, like, few seasons. Often
really?
It'll be Survivor podcasters, but then also John from Pod Save America was on last season.
Okay.
And he was the first person voted off, as we have, I think, already discussed.
Well, we talked about the Survivor to podcaster pipeline, and we hadn't talked about the podcaster to Survivor pipeline. So if that's already
goes both ways.
Goes both ways.
I think that they, like every other everything, casting is interested in, like, if you have some kind of public-facing presence, I think that is a plus.
Are they interested in if you have a name like Jenny the Enthusor that you've, you know what I mean? Like, tag names?
They do love nicknames.
Have they ever considered like Survivor LARPing edition?
Like pretend?
Like, well, no, not pretending that you're a survivor, that you're on Survivor, but Survivor where everyone is LARPing. So like, you know what I mean?
Like got a pool noodle sword kind of deal?
Like you go and you are a Xena warrior princess, actually. You know what I mean?
Oh, now that would be cool. I don't think I'm only on season 21 right now, but I don't think that is one of the themed seasons that they've done up to this point. I think it would be awesome if they did a season of just people who were the first people voted off.
Right.
That
Okay.
would be awesome. I now remember why I had this bookmarked in my brain.
Good, because
Kristin,
I'm just
to bring
trying
it up.
to. I'm thinking about the sound effects I now have in Riverside, and there's clapping and cheering and drum rolls and laughing, but there's nothing that's like a sort of like a shepherd's crook.
Shepherd's correct. No, what you need on the soundboard, Kristin, is that's how you do it on Survivor.
You promised everyone 4 minutes ago you were going to talk about Buffy in 1 minute, so
know.
you better wrap it up, Jennifer.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. The reason that I brought this up, which I forgot until moments ago, was that we are, of course, in high planning mode. It's the end of August for what our family Halloween costume will be. And right now, the front runner is Aldrich is Jeff Probst.
Oh my God, yes.
And me, Jess, Uncle Will, and anybody else who comes trick-or-treating with us will all be dirt-covered survivors.
Yes, please. Also, if you want to email your thoughts on Halloween costumes to us, please do. I am also trying to figure out how to capitalize on my 6-month-old's giant head of hair for a Halloween costume.
Ooh, yeah.
Really want to use that.
Okay, so you got who's got a notorious head of hair? You've got Johnny Cash.
Yep, Johnny Cash, Elvis.
And South the right color. Yeah, Elvis, totally. Any sort of like a pompadour sporting.
You could go Danny Zuko.
Oh, yeah.
With do greaser.
Doesn't she already have a leather jacket? Am I making that up?
You know, what's funny is she has a denim jacket, a work
a Carhartt
work coat. Yeah, it's not Carhartt brand, but she has a work jacket. She has a sort of like a faux cowhide vest and a flannel jacket. But
no
and
leather.
A fleece jacket, but no leather yet. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Write into us at hello@bufferingcast.com. Also, if you are typing furiously right now, Jenny, what if Aldrich, Jenny, Jess, Uncle Will, and everyone are all each Stitch of Lilo and Stitch fame? I've already pitched that and being vetoed. No, there's no need to write in with that suggestion.
A Lilo of Stitches.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this episode of television before it's tomorrow,
I think that's a great idea. We open at Old Man Kaltenbach's pumpkin patch.
We do.
It's Pop's pumpkin patch. Sorry.
Pop's pumpkin patch. We get this classic Buffy smashing down on a pumpkin, busting it up into little pumpkin pieces. And of course, someone, a minion of sorts, is lurking and taking a video of Buffy's moves.
The AV minion. I just looked up when American Beauty, the movie, came out because I was like, I can't see somebody in the second half of the 1990s videotaping something without thinking about the dude in the beanie filming the dancing plastic bag as it blows through the air. American Beauty came out later, so I'm assuming that
took its inspiration from Halloween. Yeah, this episode of Buffy, definitely.
Yes.
Do you think that the AV minion is friends with the Master's lighting minion? Like, do you think that they compare notes on
absolutely
audiovisual?
Yeah. My experience with people who work on that side of, the camera or production or whatever is that they're all in cahoots.
Yep.
I'm sure Avanti can attest.
Yep.
That the people really making things happen are all in direct communication with one another.
They've all got their walkie-talkies.
Yeah. Stake of convenience. A very early stake of convenience with a little countdown to Halloween sign. Yep.
Also, Jenny, you noted that the battery on this camcorder is quite low, and it made me wonder what the outlet situation is like in most of the vampire lairs.
They're at a factory, so you'd think.
Yeah, I guess that's true. In this instance, the factory would be outfitted with outlets. But I guess whenever I think of a vampire's lair, honestly, I think of Spikes because he's watching television down there. And so
we've discussed at length that he must be stealing that electricity. He's got a very long extension cord.
Right. Is it an extension cord, or is there an electrician who's here's your 2 outlets for your lair and you can use them?
Oh, you think there's a vampire electrician too?
Yeah.
Who's also on the AV squad?
Yeah. Okay, so we go to the credits. And we begin Act 1 in the Bronze.
What is the likelihood? What is the likelihood that Angel knows what a Barbie dream car is?
You know, I'm not sure, Jenny, but he's laughing.
Either 0 or 100.
That's the thing is, like, his laughing is, I know that we maybe are supposed to read it as forced. And every time I watch it, it just seems genuine to me. It really seems real.
Perhaps a Boreanaz choice.
But David Boreanaz decided it's canon that Angel actually does play with Barbies. You know, he gets it.
I'm picturing him brushing their hair very carefully.
That's what I was going to say. He actually practices new
and he's like
hairdos.
adjusting the lamps on the bedside tables in the Barbie dream house.
He's making sure they're all outfitted with like red satin blankets. And,
yep.
Yeah.
Making the bed, the little satin pillowcases.
Devin is being a giant tool to Cordelia, running theme of the episode.
Look, that's because they didn't have the budget to bring in Devin for this episode. Doesn't mean we need to throw him under the bus as a flaky musician. He's flaky. All right, fine.
I love this scene between Angel and Cordelia. Because, of course, my one true pairing is not Buffy and Angel. Sorry to say it. It is Angel and Cordelia. And so anytime that Angel and Cordelia interact in these early seasons, I'm only thinking about where their relationship will go. And so this is their little, like, meet cute. It's not really their meet cute because they've met, but you know what I'm saying.
In my notes, I was like, Angel drinking a cappuccino? I feel like Cordelia is reading this wrong. But then I was thinking about how just a few short years from now, Cordelia will be making the world's worst coffee at the Angel Investigations offices. So maybe this is actually preferable.
Do you think that she makes coffee because she thinks back fondly on their first coffee-based meeting?
Oh my gosh. This is actually the origin story of her drinking coffee products.
Yeah, she
was
never
like, I need
coffee.
an excuse to be near Angel.
Hey, better than smoking cigarettes, you know? Buffy arrives. She's late and she's covered in hay, I suppose, from the hay bales.
Oh, yeah. Listen, who among us?
Here's the thing, okay? Basically, Cordelia's like, nice hair, Buffy. You look like whatever she says. And Buffy looks to Angel for, like, you know, some reassurance. Angel says, you look fine.
Angel.
Fine?
Angel.
This man has had 241 years to hone his skills. And the best he can do to this girl who he wants to, you know, I don't know, be with forever, perhaps, is you look fine. She looks gorgeous. She's Sarah Michelle Gellar. It's the year 1997.
She cannot suspend my disbelief for this ongoing bit about Cordelia's hot and Buffy is not.
Seriously?
I just can't.
Okay. Sunnydale High School. Oh, boy. Okay. Snyder is signing up all of the high school students to take the kids trick-or-treating. We know that Sunnydale is populated with folks who are like tangentially aware that weird and bad shit happens all the time. Mm-hmm. So I just am finding it difficult to swallow that I'm going to let my tiny child out of the house on Halloween without being with my tiny child. I know it's the late 90s. We're close enough to the 80s to maybe make it make sense. But I just feel like it's wild that on Halloween these kids are going out unsupervised or supervised by high school students. No offense, high school students.
I certainly will not be sending my small child out with teens to go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
On the most demonic night of the year.
Buffy is, so I saw Buffy's outfit and I thought, Kristin, you have definitely talked about your plaid pants in high school, but have you talked about them in the podcast covering Halloween? Have you talked about them live? Have you talked about them simply to anyone who will listen? I don't know. But what I want to tell you for the second time or the third is that in high school, I too had this exact tank top, this like two-toned straps are a little darker than the tank itself. Had about 20 of them. And I used to wear this pair of plaid pants. Maybe I had like 4 of them.
Okay.
The plaid pants that I wore constantly, I stole from the costume loft in my school because I did theater. And the 3rd or 4th time that I wore these plaid pants to school, my drama teacher, Mr. Heitkamp, said, "You know those used to be my pants, right?" It's like, skirt, what? Like, A, didn't think that I would get caught stealing them from the costume loft. B, definitely did not think I would be wearing my actual teacher's former pants from like the 1970s.
Let that be a lesson to us all. About
He
stealing
let me
pants.
He let me keep them.
Aw.
He let me keep them, and I wore them for quite a while.
Oh, yeah. Friend of the pod, Mr. Heitkamp.
Mr. Heitkamp, yeah, he's definitely gotten some mentions in here.
Okay. Lore drop, Kristin. This is our first time learning that Halloween is, quote, dead for the undead. Of course, footage not found, and we'll never see a Halloween that is dead for the undead on this show. Alas.
Yeah, it's always fucking something, Jenny.
It's always fucking something. Take me to the cold drinks machine. You know that feeling where you try to defend your friend's honor, but then your friend ends up defending your honor, but then you're like mad about it?
Yeah, Larry is beating up on Xander, and we will, of course, get a full circle moment here where military Xander gets to punch pirate Larry in the face later. But for now, Xander is pissed off. But Buffy does get a Diet Dr. Pepper out of the deal, which honestly, fucking delicious. Give me a Dr. Pepper of diet or regular variety any day.
I don't
You don't
know
like
what,
Dr.
I don't know what Diet Dr. Pepper tastes like.
Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of, what do you say when I'm posturing, I think, a bit here.
Oh.
Because when I think of Dr. Pepper, I just think of Dr. Pepper. I actually can't conjure what Diet Dr. Pepper tastes like. But I love Diet Coke, so I imagine.
So it stands to reason that if you can embrace the dietization of a soda flavor,
Yeah.
and you love regular Dr. Pepper, then you probably be excited about Diet Dr. Pepper. Right?
Something I noticed for the first time, doesn't happen often, especially not in this episode of television, is that Buffy gives her Diet Dr. Pepper to Willow. Willow's drinking it.
Cute.
I thought that was really sweet and cute.
Best friends. Willow tells Buffy that Cordelia is not Angel's type. And as we've sort of intimated, not yet. Anyway.
Also, remember, okay, so if you don't listen to our Watcher's Diaries, you're missing out. But the last Watcher's Diary we had, we read an email that talked all about shadow selves and Cordelia basically being like Buffy's shadow self in this season. All of the things that like sort of Buffy was in Los Angeles and can't be anymore now that she is the Slayer. So in that sense, I do think that actually Cordelia is Angel's type. She just is like one click away from getting to her own actualization. And then fucking when she gets there, she literally is Angel's type. Okay. Buffy and Willow have this incredible conversation about, we shouldn't ever take any books from Giles. Oh, no. Buffy saying it would be wrong. Wow. That's actually, lore has it that it's actually upon Kendra's demise that Faith is called. But the truth is,
You think this is where Faith is called?
Yeah, Faith is actually called right here.
I just can't with this scheme and this plot and this cut to the cat in the library window. Obviously iconic. Mm-hmm. Buffy does her little tap dance, distracting Giles, giving him the old razzle-dazzle while Willow does her Mission Impossible book theft.
I write in our notes that Willow is me trying to get out of Sal's room after I put her down in the crib for a nap. Like, just like tiptoeing, making no noise with the door, looking back over her shoulder, just trying so desperately not to be detected in any way.
Yep. Sounds relatable. Mm-hmm. We get the cherry on top here. The real effective distractor is Miss Calendar said you were a babe.
A hunk of burning ... Giles, burning what?
Yeah, say more. But mission is accomplished. Buffy and Willow both leave, and then Giles is like, a babe, I dare say, forsooth.
Honestly, that feels like none of my business more than the S&M club that I'm going to tell you about later in this episode. Okay.
Okay, so listen. Buffy and Willow go to the little girl's room to read this diary, which is honestly the only place that it's appropriate to read a diary on school grounds. Girls' room. What I want to say to Buffy, she's getting real insecure about a fountain pen sketch of a noble woman from yore. And what I want to say, Buffy, is like, forget about filters, you know? Forget about photo editing. You could do whatever you want with a pen. You know what I mean? You don't know what this woman looked like.
It's true. It's true.
Fine.
I thought you were going to suggest that she use the fountain pen filter on her photos moving forward so as to be more appealing to Angel.
Too. Okay, first of all, glancing over the script, Buffy and Willow were scripted to sit on the bathroom floor.
Oh my God, no.
God, that didn't happen, but that's right up there with sitting on the toilet seat with your clothes on, with your pants
That's
up.
worse. I think it's worse to sit on the bathroom floor than the toilet seat.
Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever sat on the bathroom floor while reading ancient diary entries about your once murderous but now ensouled vampire boyfriend? Please call in to let us know at 1-800-I-GOT-Cullened. Please. Here's the thing. Okay, they're like, here's a beautiful woman with long dark hair in an 18th century gown. Who is she? It doesn't say. It doesn't even say that Angel had any relationship to this woman, but they're like, the diary entry is dated 1775. Angel was 18 and still human and possibly nowhere near this woman.
So, Jenny, are you asking...
Who's that girl?
Who is she?
Who is she?
I'm just saying Buffy might be getting bent out of shape. Maybe this is just the type of woman Angelus likes to kill, and so maybe that's a good reason to not dress like her. And now I'm just having flashes to Edward Cullen's like disgust face when the science lab fan blows Bella's scent his way, and he's like, ugh.
Oh, it's so nuts. You know, forgetting everything is difficult sometimes, but it's great for moments like that where I forget that ever existed and happened, and I get to live it for the first time again.
Yeah.
That, whoo, you know what? The whole Twilight series is worth it for that one moment alone. Cordelia arrives. She's looking unbelievable. I mean, you know, when is she not really? But she's wearing just an incredible fit here. The collar over like a vest kind of situation, putting on some lip gloss. And she's like, yeah, whatever. Angel's not a vampire.
You know what I think? I just think you're trying to scare me off because you're afraid of the competition. Look, Buffy, you may be hot stuff when it comes to demonology or whatever, but when it comes to dating, I'm the Slayer.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong, Jenny. She's actually correct. Oh my God. We cut to Ethan's costume shop. Jenny, you and I had the same note, but in different places.
Working the floor himself in his shop that he brought to Rupert Giles's town and named Ethan's. Is none other than Ethan Rayne, a man who couldn't keep a low profile if his life depended on it, which it just might.
Giles, Ripper! Don't look over here! Don't look over here, Ripper!
Oops, I came to your town and opened a costume shop.
I just cannot with the fact that he's literally called it. So we're doing, if you don't know, we're doing a little mini tour next month, and it's called the Nobody Messes with My Boyfriend tour. We're referencing a line in What's My Line, and also the fact that Ted is a boyfriend that Joyce doesn't want you to mess with, because those are the 3 episodes that we're covering. But I would move that this could be called Ethan's : Nobody Messes with My Boyfriend, the costume shop.
It's more like
Please mess with your boyfriend.
Ethan's. Please mess with your boyfriend and also make your boyfriend be me.
Be my boyfriend and mess with me, Tor.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, so Willow's going to be a ghost. Xander wants to be a military guy for Halloween. And something, again, I caught for the first time on this watch is that Xander actually got his fatigues and everything else somewhere not at Ethan's. All he got from Ethan's was the plastic gun. And
it was enough.
It was enough. It was enough. And then, of course, Buffy sees her floofy, beautiful gown.
Wait, do we think that Willow got her, I don't know how to describe it. Her other costume, her non-ghost costume.
Wait, what do you call bathing suits? No, you say bathing suit area.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, and my current wife says undercarriage. So,
oh God. So where do you have a type and it's not good, Kristin? Where do we think Willow got her under costume?
I think that's Buffy's clothing. I think that's just...
Oh, because that's what Buffy's like, come on out, girlfriend.
Yeah, get sexy. Halloween, a chance to get sexy and wild. No lies detected, you know?
It just doesn't... This seems like a gross misread of Willow as a person.
Agree.
Not that okay. Nobody on this podcast is trying to say that Willow is not sexy. But I just feel like if Buffy... Actually, this episode does kind of have a Grease arc to it. Buffy's like, come on. And Willow's like, no, I couldn't possibly. Then events unfold in such a way that where Willow can't control that she's walking around in a sexy lady outfit. And then at the end of the episode, when she could just, continue doing her thing, she's like, no, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette and put on these heels at the Ferris wheel and hop about town in my sexy lady outfit. Look, we all want to be empowered, and when straight girls in high school would put my hair in braided pigtails and put makeup on me,
oh my God,
did I let it happen? And did I feel a certain kind of power? Yes. Was it the kind of power that they had in mind? Unclear.
And I think that is exactly how Willow feels at the end of the episode. It's definitely...
Yeah, do you think she's like confused right now about like, do I want to be wearing this or do I want to be dating someone wearing this?
Yeah, honestly, probably.
Probably, right?
That's probably a part of it. But I also think that she's just like, I think not to jump to the end, but we're here. It's like, I think that when Willow is like walking powerfully across the street in this outfit later, it's not because she's like, yeah, I mean, obviously we've seen the rest of the show. Willow will never wear anything like this again. It's not about the fact that like her skin is exposed and she's feeling like, oh, this is who I want to be. It's that she's feeling like, you know what? I can actually do what the fuck I want. And like, that's the power. And I would posit that's the power that Oz sees. Oz is not looking at her like, oh, like that. Who's that scantily clad girl?
No, he's like, who's that girl?
Who's that self-possessed girl? Yeah.
This is just like modern feminism, Kristin. It's about having the choice to stay home and be a homemaker and housewife and stay-at-home mom if you so choose.
Yeah.
The choice is yours. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, if you want to bear your midriff on Halloween's night,
you can do those things. Yeah, and you can do them all.
You could do them all at once. You can put on a 1700s gown with a lace-up bodice and a wig.
Your waist can be as small as you want it to be.
It's none of our business. It's your choice.
Hello, my little nightshades. If you are dying for the next batch of Wednesday Season 2 to drop on Netflix, then we're going to let you in on a secret. The Wednesday Season 2 official WOCast is here.
Prepare to dive deeper into the mysteries of Wednesday with the ultimate companion video podcast. Join the frightfully funny Caitlin Riley, along with her producer, Thing, as she sits down with the marvelously macabre cast and crew. Together, they'll unravel each shocking twist, dissect the dynamics lurking beneath, unearth the deep Addams Family lore, and answer all of your lingering questions that simply refuse to stay buried.
Guests include Emma Myers, Joy Sunday, Hunter Doohan, Steve Buscemi, Fred Armisen, Catherine Zeta-Jones, the Joanna Lumley, also show creators Al Goh and Miles Miller, and of course, Wednesday herself, Jenna Ortega, plus many more.
With 8 delightfully dark episodes to devour, you'll be drawn deeper into the haunting halls of Nevermore Academy than ever before. But beware, you know where curiosity often leads. The Wednesday Season 2 official WoCast is available in audio and video on Tudum.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you find your podcasts. You've been warned.
Hey everyone, Kristin here. As many of you know, I am the new parent to a 6-month-old baby, and between work schedules, summer plans, and having a baby, sometimes I have a couple of minutes at most when it comes to dinner time. Factor has helped me eat smarter with their delicious chef-prepped meals. They're dietitian approved, they are delivered to my doorstep, and now they have more than 65 weekly meals. It's not just me and my wife and my 6-month-old. 97% of customers say that Factor helped them live a healthier life. The variety means you get to choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. Also, this isn't just for dinner. A lot of times, lunch is the meal that you just cannot figure out. Having options of healthy food to eat ready for me in the fridge has really changed the shape of many days. Eat smart at factormeals.com/buffering50off and use code buffering50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. That's code buffering50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. All right, moving along, Ethan, as Jenny
Are we
said.
having fun? Is this a good podcast?
This is great. Ethan, as Jenny said, is working the floor. Now, hold on, okay?
Because not a member of staff to be seen besides the proprietor himself.
But he has so intentionally positioned himself behind not a door, but a doorway that is covered in a curtain. And this man flourishes.
Look,
He throws the curtain apart. He flourishes through.
He doesn't know how to not make an entrance, Kristin.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. What a beautiful man. Oh, welcome to the show, Ethan Rayne. Meet the hidden princess.
That feeling when you meet the hidden princess and are moved to make her a deal. She can't refuse.
I also love, like, I was thinking, like, oh, does Ethan, like, have, you know, Does he have a plan? Because he knows that Giles is here. He knows that Giles is a watcher. I assume he knows that Buffy is the Slayer. Maybe. I think so.
I feel like he's the kind of guy who would get that information.
Yeah. But I don't think he actually cares about what her costume. Like, he's not trying to, like, actually execute any kind of plan as much as he's just like, I'm gonna make a big mess.
He's Giannis's faithful degenerate son, Kristin. Yeah. He just wants chaos. He doesn't care what kind.
Oh my God, we're about to get so deep into Giannis. I can't even tell you, Jenny.
None of my business. And honestly, this is a family podcast. I know. So cool it, Kristin.
First, Vamp Factory.
Spike reviewing game tape. His dedication is admirable.
Truly. Where's his, like, clipboard with the, like, you know how Coach clipboards have, like, a little Tupperware underneath them? You know what I mean? They have...
No.
It's not a Tupperware, but it's like a Coach clipboard. The Coach clipboards have enough space to hold things under them.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing one now. Now that I looked up Coach clipboard Tupperware, I see what you mean.
I'm so glad that Tupperware yielded results. Great.
Yeah, it kind of flips open.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's like because coaches have so much paper that a single clipboard clip can't hold it all.
Couldn't possibly.
You have to be able to have all your papers on hand on the field, but you have to clip them in order or whatever. Anyway, okay, Drusilla, here she comes. Here comes iconic line, okay? Spike loves Drew eyeballs to entrails. But Jenny, I think that that's leaving out actually brain and legs. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Canonically, Spike hates Drusilla's legs. He just simply cannot stand them. No, but we always eyeballs to entrails. Is it list 5 classic fucking things that are said in Buffy the Vampire Slayer? This may land.
Yeah.
As one of them, it's major and
totally.
And so I would like to take us instead to the line that precedes this, which deserves attention. Drusilla says, "Do you love my insides, the parts you can't see?" Drusilla, you beautiful, beautiful, wild.
Drusilla, you fill my heart with dread. And still I'm led right back to
you. Buffering Book Club recently had our August gathering, and we discussed a book by John Wiswell called Someone You Can Make a Nest In. And it is, without giving too much of it away, because I hate a trailer and I hate to learn about a book too much, but it is allegedly body horror, though a lot of folks, and myself included in the book conversation, did not feel that it was horrific. It's that the whole thing starts dedicated to those of us who have been made to feel monstrous. Okay, so that gives you an idea of where we're going with this monster who's at the core of the book. And and the author is someone who is disabled, who's lived with disability and chronic illness. And so there's just so much written into both the monster and the person the monster is falling in love with. That is the insides of the monster's body. It's just so beautiful. It's so good. I loved it so much. And hearing this Drusilla line right after finishing that book, "Do you love my insides, the parts you can't see?" I thought was so delicious. So read that book if you want
Kristin,
to.
Are you telling them or me?
No,
I'm
never
reading a book
tell
again.
You. I would never tell you to read a book, Jenny.
For me. What's a book?
Okay. Jenny, can I tell you about Giannis? Because
I wish you would, but does it fly in the face of everything that Giannis stands for you to tell me about Giannis in some kind of contained, orderly way?
Giannis wants to remain mysterious?
Well, in chaos.
No, because, okay, so let me just give you the overview. It's not incorrect to say that Giannis is a god of chaos. That is something that is spoken about in the Wikipedia article, my main source for all of my deep religious studies. But this is ancient Roman religion and myth. Giannis is the god of beginnings, gates, transitions, time, duality, doorways, passages, frames, and endings. January, the month January, you probably have figured out, is named for Giannis. I was saying, I think I said it wrong, I don't know, a minute ago, but forgive me if I did. And so Giannis is a god that presided over the beginning and ending of things. Conflict, so war and peace were also things that Giannis presided over. And so there's truth in the duality here that's discussed, and there's truth in the chaos as well. There's connections between Giannis and chaos. Okay, so there's tons more that you can read about Giannis. And I scrolled deeper than, this is a very long Wikipedia article. And I just kept scrolling and I kept scrolling and I kept scrolling. And imagine my surprise and absolute delight when I came upon the fact that, I don't even know, I'm going to go in order chronologically, okay? First of all, Giannis Society, an early homophile organization founded in 1962 based in Philadelphia. was noted for its role in organizing many of the nation's earliest LGBT rights demonstrations. The Janus Society takes its name from the Roman two-faced god Janus, beginnings, endings, and doorways. I could really go deep even just here on the Janus Society. Jenny is pointedly pressing her two pointer fingers together onto each other, which is the universal symbol for gay, right? That's gay.
I was thinking in this case it would be gay, like, organization.
Gay organizations. Okay, yes. Sign language for Janus Society. Jenny, imagine my continued delight when I learned that in 1974, the Society of Janus was founded. It's the second BDSM organization founded in the United States, San Francisco, California based. The Society of Janus is nonprofit, volunteer run. It's devoted to the art of safe, consensual, and non-exploitative adult power exchange. Everything that
It's
we
all
have
coming
read,
together. Oh, yeah.
everything that we
It's
have
all
read
coming together.
into fucking Ethan and Giles is literally contained in Janus.
It's canon, actually.
I can't. I am just so excited. I'm so happy.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy
you
for me
so
too, but
much.
like I know how much this means to you.
Ooh, okay. So this is 1997. Ethan Rayne has had plenty of time to know about the Society of Janus or the Janus Society. Gay things in the 60s, BDSM
I can't believe there's
things
both
in
a
the 70s.
Society of Janus and a Janus Society.
I
That's
know.
truly wild.
I know. Okay, so I just really had to get that off my chest. And we can now continue forward into Act 2, armed with more knowledge about Janus and ready to receive and to give the things that are going to happen between Ethan Rayne and Ripper later
Now that
on.
that's off your chest, do you feel like you have room to accept a gigantic wig on top of your head?
Yeah, definitely.
You're ready
I'm
to
ready.
be a load-bearing wig matron? Wig-bearing bar matron? Okay.
Yes. Oh, Buffy is really, really weighed down, not only by the wig, but by this. She's wearing a lot.
Yeah, do you feel like this gown is heavy? Or do you feel like it's deceptively light? I feel like it could go either way. Like,
I don't know.
Whoa, it's so much lighter than I thought it would be because it's empty in the middle. Just some whale bones. Whale bones are probably heavy, right?
But then there's probably petticoats, right? Like
You're probably petticoats, actually.
Buffy's wearing everything so Willow can wear nothing. And what
It is balance.
And what a commentary on the idea of what is sexy and how absolutely what do you say? Like flexible, morphable, malleable?
Mutable?
What did you say?
Mutable.
Mutable. How mutable that concept is across time and even in the same time.
Okay. Off mic. Sorry. On mic. We're back. Xander arrives, ding dong. And he is frozen in his little militaristic tracks by the Lady of Buffdom, the Duchess of Buffonia. He renounces spandex. And Buffy's like, well, wait till you get a load of Willow. She's wearing a costume that I like to call someone else's idea of sexy. But Willow comes downstairs and she's just back in her sheet. Hooray. I love that it's not just a sheet, but it also says boo across the chest.
And it's like tight around the neck, which is, all just a choice.
You gotta have
Form.
head and neck definition in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Kristin, otherwise, what's the point?
If you're a lady from the 1800s, you need to corset your waist. And if you're a ghost from any time, you must corset your neck.
That's what I always say.
Okay. We're at Sunnydale High School. Buffy's getting paired with the kids she's taking out. Okay. We get obviously we know where this is going. All of the people that have purchased their costumes from Ethan's are going to turn into their costumes. One of the kids that Buffy is taking out is dressed as either a actual potato or Mr. Potato Head.
I really hope that person didn't get their costume from Ethan's.
Right? And then later we see some kid dressed as a doctor. And I'm like, what's he doing? Is he helping the injured? Like, what happened
Saving
to all
lives.
the non-demonic? Yeah. Okay, Larry is harassing Xander, of course. Cordelia is asking Oz what the fuck is going on with Devin.
Oz.
Hey, Cordelia. Geez, you're like a great big cat.
That's my costume. Are you guys playing tonight?
Yeah, at the shelter club.
Is Mr. I'm the lead singer, I'm so great, I don't have to show up for my date or even call gonna be there?
Yeah, he's just going by Devin now.
Well, you can tell him that I don't care, and that I didn't even mention it, and that I didn't even see you. So that's just fine.
So what do I tell him?
Nothing. Jeez, get with the program.
Do you feel like we are slightly robbed by this episode in that Cordelia does not turn into a cat?
Yeah, yes. Yes, I do. Yes, indeed I do.
Okay.
It's like, yes, because I want Cordelia to get turned into a cat because that seems amazing. And because honestly, if you were to compare Cordelia to any kind of animal, it 1,000,000% would be a cat. Right? Cares about herself more than others, is incredibly complex, lots of layers, really tends to herself, self-care, bathing, etc. Very important to her. But I'm also glad that she doesn't turn into a cat because I do love that it results in Willow and Cordelia and Angel being this like weird little trio for the majority of the back half of this episode. Oz sarcastically wonders why he can't meet a nice girl like Cordelia. And then, oh my God, Jenny, do you feel so seen when Oz and Willow bump into each other?
Sorry. I was gonna say this is like me and your sister at any gathering. Sorry feedback loop. I love it.
Okay.
The last thing we get at the high school before we move on to actual trick-or-treat night is Xander mentoring his kids about how they can increase their candy profits with tears and tricks.
Oh my God, I bet you Anya would love this side of Xander.
Yeah.
All right. Out to the streets we go.
Sorry, you just made me realize that later in a Halloween episode, Xander will be a pirate as Larry is in this episode. And Anya will, of course, be a Charlie's Angel.
Oh, right. That's that episode. I was like, a terrifying bunny? No, that's season 4.
See, and what's important is that Anya is a Charlie's Angel. Doesn't that seem important?
It is. No, it is. It actually is endlessly important. Okay. If you're lucky and you follow us on social media, I didn't mean you're lucky if you follow us on social media. There's more to the sentence. You will get the videos that I created for our Halloween Hootenanny last Halloween. One of them focuses mostly on Ethan and Giles, and one of them focuses mostly on Anya.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that little treat.
As a Charlie's Angel.
Yes.
Okay. So obviously, core plot line of the movie, core plot line of the episode of television is unfolding here. Fucking Giannis and Ethan are having their little moment of drama and spells. And as the spell unfolds, sorry, Jenny, yes, what do you have to say about drama and Ethan and spells?
Showtime! Okay, let's do just like a quick little jazz hands roundup of villains we'd like to see party together. Ethan, Turrican, Gnarl, a gentleman. Mm-hmm. Anybody else in that roundup?
Those were all of mine. And you could throw in, what's the little fucker that crawls on the ceiling? Fucking.
Oh, the Queller demon?
The Queller. The Queller doesn't have hands.
Well, no, we don't.
I don't want him to be here.
The Queller's not invited.
But I don't think the Queller needs your invitation. If
you vomit a hardening substance into the mouths of other partygoers, you are not welcome here.
I forgot.
Not.
I forgot. When I think about the Queller, I just think about him fucking zooping around on Joyce's ceiling, which, like, to me is jazz hands but Queller style, you know?
No, if you want something that skitters about, just invite the bad eggs guy.
Der Kinderstadt is fucking here at the gathering.
Ha cha cha.
Der Kinderstadt brought extra top hats for everyone.
What are these guys getting at? Do you feel like they're going to like a burlesque show?
Yeah, they're going to the Giannis Society to learn about BDSM, and then after they're going to the burlesque show.
Okay, and then maybe like a private poker game.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I don't. Anyway,
you don't like that? Okay.
I don't think poker is really a jazz hands kind of a situation. Maybe roulette. Or what's the one where you throw the dice down? Craps. Craps is the jazz hands of gambling.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because you get a nice little... I'm doing a hand thing where I'm miming rolling dice very jazzily.
Jazz hands. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Please, if you're an artist out there and you have some time on your hands, could you please draw Der Kinderstadt, Gnarl, a gentleman or two, Ethan Rayne. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting a main one. Oh, fucking Turcon at a craps table and or in top hats. You know what I mean? Just
dicing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all the monsters are monsters for real.
Yes, and Xander has military brain, and Willow is just a hot ghost, and is like, why don't you know who I am? Here's what's happening. Oh God, where's Buffy? Buffy shows up and faints.
Jenny, before we go to the third act here, you wrote, and I just want to give voice to your note because I liked it so much. Xander suddenly has rolling snares following his every move.
Oh, yeah! He's got, all of a sudden, as a military man, it's like, you know. And I think there's some like brass as well that enters. I really like when stuff like that happens. Also, we talk a little bit about Christoph Beck entering season 2, but he's not here yet.
Yeah. Yeah, this is...
But also, it's not the same score. It's not the same composer from season 1 either.
Oh, it's the transition. It's the Giannis of composers.
Oh, boy.
All right. We opened with this sound clip when we return from commercial break. Of course, after Buffy has fainted, we get this exchange that's like, there's two of them in the episode that's very like, who's on first? Buffy, are you hurt? Who's Buffy? Oh my God. We learn that Buffy thinks it's 1775 and she has a really great
quote accent and quote question mark.
Now, so I think, because I think that Buffy has been turned into the idea of a 1775
right
lady, right? Like she's anyone who's thinking about what is actually going to be in the mind of a woman from the late 1700s, early 1800s, noblewoman or not, is going to know that there was like a lot of shit going on. Not just this like, I'm only a fancy lady and I don't know anything and men are so wonderful and blah, blah, blah. Right? Like that's not like the actualization of someone from this time. So I want to believe that Sarah Michelle Gellar is also sort of like putting on kind of an accent that's ridiculous because the whole thing is ridiculous, you know?
Right. It's giving, I've always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. Shout out to Nicholas Brendan. And honestly, I'm gonna give some shout outs this season to Nicholas Brendan because he's really we just finished in our Summer's Friday watches doing a watch of Go Fish, which that episode has.
I'm so sorry that I missed it.
Yeah, you are sorry. But you know, Nicholas Brendan is just really delivering in season 2 and this moment he has where Willow's like, okay, so Buffy is not herself, and also these monsters are not real monsters. They actually just are kids, so don't shoot them. He says, I just want you to know that I'm taking a lot on faith here. And I just feel that his comic delivery of this like military version of himself is really on point. A+ work.
Yeah. It's very serious, very nailing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they get to the Summers house. There are some things that happen. There's pounding on the basement door. Olden times Buffy, as you've dubbed her in the notes, looks at Newen times Buffy. The photo that she finds, I don't even know how this woman, is like, that's me, because Buffy is blonde, her hair is short and up. She's wearing sunglasses, which this woman should have no idea what those even are. And she's like standing in the Sunnydale High School courtyard holding a notebook, which is like, first of all, I'm like, Joyce, what? This one? This is, I know it's 1997 and it's not like you're taking photos on your phone so you have like thousands to choose from, but this just seems like maybe not the one to frame. I don't know. So that's just me.
It's true. And like, you'd think that because it's a photo of Buffy, they would have so many, like, you know, when it's a photo of somebody who's in one episode and they use the headshot, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. You got to just get a photo, whatever. But like, they should have a lot of photos of Sarah Michelle Gellar. They probably could have used a different one. You have that bone to pick with also Joyce having this photo framed on the mantle. I have another bone to pick with Joyce, which is that I noticed that she has a gorgeous butcher block. It's like a Booze brand butcher block. I don't know that for a fact, but it looks like a expensive fucking butcher block. And this woman is using it to hold her water cooler, Jenny. Her water cooler is sitting atop her beautiful butcher block. Joyce.
Okay. Yeah, that just doesn't seem like what you do with that.
I agree.
But also, her butcher block, her choice.
Okay, that's fair. This is modern feminism.
But yeah, if that's what you're doing with it, Joyce, could you ship it to either me or Kristin?
Yeah, I think we would like to have that butcher block. Use a table. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I missed your, this is a reverse of modern Elena looking at olden times Elena in the Vampire Diaries.
Yes. I was going to let it go, but I was really proud of myself because I've only ever seen one season of Vampire Diaries.
I'm really proud of you.
When I can make a Vampire Diaries reference, I feel proud. And I'm sure LaToya is somewhere listening to this feeling proud of me as well.
Yes.
Okay. Olden times Buffy is like, I would never wear that kind of low apparel.
Low apparel. Sick burn.
Apparel. And she doesn't even mean low cut. She means beneath her. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I would like to say that I think she's giving really big Dawn get out vibes in this moment.
Uh-huh.
Willow Rosenberg wishing that Buffy could have dressed up as Xena, warrior princess, instead.
I bet she does. And I love that this podcast, with each passing episode, becomes just like a little bit more, just a more of a Xena warrior princess podcast.
Oh my God. I just can't. I just can't. Okay. Moving along from Willow's kind of gay self.
I did Google Sarah Michelle Gellar as Xena because I was like, surely at some point they got Sarah Michelle Gellar into a little Xena getup. But if they did, photographic evidence is not available on the internet. Wow. There's just a lot of like articles that are like, who was the bigger, badder heroine?
Oh,
who was the cooler fighty lady
modern
of the
feminism
1990s. There can be only one. Who's the best and the other one sucks.
All right, Xander's shooting out the window. By the way, Xander's only shooting his real gun because the noise will scare away the monsters. He's not shooting any
Thank you for that
monsters.
Clarification.
Yeah.
Writers.
Fucking olden times Buffy. Surely he'll save us. Gay as fuck Willow. Whatever. Love it. Love it. Okay. I have that outside Cordelia is being chased by ... Bigfoot. Jenny, you have an addendum to this?
Yeah, the first person ? I thought of was Sweetums. Kristin, click on the link.
I want to tell you, I couldn't wait. I already clicked on the link. And Sweetums is actually one of my absolute favorite Muppets. And I didn't know his name, and I wouldn't have been able to conjure him from his name. But oh my God, he's a whole human. I mean, what makes a Muppet is that he's a puppet, but Sweetums is actually not a puppet. He's a whole guy.
I didn't know his name off the top of my head. Would you like to guess at the assemblage of words I Googled to find out his name?
Okay, I'm going to say that you Googled large Muppet, hairy, one tooth.
Wow, you're so close. I Googled big, hairy Muppet Show guy.
Kermit looks so small next to Sweetums. This doesn't feel like Kermit's actual size in this picture. Oh, God. We'll link to Sweetums for you in the show notes.
You're not going to want to sleep on Sweetums.
Okay, so there was a picture of Nancy Walker and Sweetums, and I just wanted to look up Nancy Walker because I thought she just looked maybe a little bit gay. Think of that. Take from that what you will.
Yeah, she was wearing a bit of a tuxedo with tails.
And I got excited that maybe there was more to the story. And I honestly don't have a lot of time to look into it too much more. But
it is worth a trip to the Muppet Fandom wiki, specifically to the Sweetums page, where you can find a picture of him with the Miss Bogan County beauty pageant contestants. Just Sweetums and 6 ladies in bathing suits.
Okay. But I'm getting more on Nancy Walker.
All right, I'm listening.
Okay, so Nancy Walker was married twice. Her first husband was Gar Moore. She wed in 1948. I'm just reading. I didn't mean to read you when they got married. I'm sorry.
She wed.
I'm sorry. Okay, they were divorced within 10 months. And then she remarried a musical theater teacher named David Craig. Okay, they had a daughter. Fine. They stayed married till everybody died. Okay, Nancy was also a close friend of actor Montgomery Clift.
My beloved.
Okay, so the two met in 1948. They became good friends 10 years later after Clift's big car accident that I'm sure you know of.
Oh, yes.
And she would sustain him as his dearest friend for the rest of their life. So, like, I don't know, but there's gay stuff in here, okay? That's all I'm saying. Gay stuff is happening in here, and I will look more into it when I'm not live making a podcast.
I look forward to that. And I, as always, as I'll take any opportunity to do, want to wave a flag for an incredible episode of You Must Remember This about the friendship between Elizabeth Taylor and Montgomery Clift. It is such a special, moving.
We'll link it in the freaking show notes.
Story. Let's link to it in the show notes.
And right underneath the link to Sweetums. Which honestly that is this podcast in song.
Yeah.
The fucking link to the Giannis Society, link to Sweetums, link to You Must Remember This on Montgomery Clift. Okay. At the Summers house, Cordelia has arrived. Willow would like her to know her name is Cordelia. She's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know what my fucking name is, weirdo.
Fuck you.
So now we get Cordelia and Willow are the only two out of this foursome who know who they are. Don't worry, soon Angel will arrive.
I love your note. Where's a broom closet when you need one? Great question.
Cordelia says it wasn't Sweetums, it wasn't Bigfoot. She says it's JoJo the dog-faced boy. This is straight up crossover from the episode of X-Files where the sheriff is Humbug is the name of the episode of X-Files that we discussed. The sheriff is used to be Jim, the dog-faced boy. JoJo the dog-faced boy is a real guy. And I believe we talked all about him in our coverage of Humbug.
Look at us go.
You know, you can go there and learn about it, but basically, I want to know if Jim was the son of JoJo.
X-Files, a show I distantly recall watching.
One day. Don't worry. One day,
yeah.
kids.
We'll be reopening those files.
Okay. Cordelia, very into Xander, giving her his coat, very into biceps of Xander.
I mean, Xander's really making a strong case for Xandelia in this episode, in that he is being hot.
He is. He's being hot. He's being hot. He's being confident. He's affording her a jacket. And Devin doesn't fucking give a shit about Cordelia. So she's ready. She's ready for...
Where's the spinoff episode? What did Devin dress up as for Halloween?
You know that Devin just dressed up as like a band member and he's just still Devin singing in a band, you know? Inside the Summers house, barricades are being put up. Other prep is happening. Buffy wants to know if Xander is feeble-minded because he's taking orders from a woman. Xander finds the one picture of the three of them on the floor and realizes, oh no, it might be some kind of amnesia.
Buffy's like, I couldn't possibly have that. I bathe quite often. Not clear what the standards are for quite often bathing in 1775.
Oh, ding dong, Angel's here. And Xander and Buffy, of course, have no clue who this man is. Buffy already giving him eyes, though. Oh my God. Okay. In the library.
Is this the best moment of the episode?
It honestly, I think it is. Giles is like spending his evening reorganizing the fucking card
It's like
catalog.
a nice quiet night in with the Dewey Decimal System.
Willow very brilliantly decides that she's going to enter the library by passing through the wall, causing Giles to throw all of his fucking card catalog cards up in the air and stutter and mutter to himself. It is so funny. It's so fucking funny.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
This podcast you're listening to, it was once just a dream. A dream that became reality not by accident, but because someone decided not to let the what-ifs keep them from creating something they believed in. Starting your own business is a dream lots of us share, but too many let it remain just a dream. Don't hold yourself back from creating what you believe in, and turn those what-ifs into why-nots with Shopify by your side. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. What if I can't design a website? Shopify's got you with beautiful, ready-to-go templates to match your brand's style. What if I need a hand? Get help with everyday tasks like enhancing product images, writing product descriptions, or generating discount codes with Shopify's AI tools created for commerce. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy-to-run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify's always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer support. So turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55%, so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
All right, back at the Summers house, Angel is confused. Cordelia is explaining to Angel what's going on. She says it's a whole big thing. And Xander tells Angel to take the princess to the kitchen. Catwoman is with me.
I love when the lights get cut, Buffy just like clutching Cordelia. It's very good.
She's so over it. She hates the Klingon. She wishes for the Buffy that once was.
Yeah,
she never thought she
yeah.
would, but she's wishing for her.
And Buffy doesn't want to be paired with Angel. She's like, I like the man with the musket.
The musket. Honey, that is not a musket. Okay? Okay. The door's open.
A vampire got inside. Let's discuss.
Yeah.
This vampire wasn't invited inside. Is the law of invitation invalidated because chaos reigns? Or did this person just dress up as a vampire for Halloween and that somehow is a workaround for the law of invitation? Or is there like a combo? They dressed up as a vampire for Halloween and they'd also been previously invited into the Summers home because they're like a plumber or a Bible salesman or something.
Also, like, who is the person that was in the basement banging on the door? Because I thought it was this vampire, but I know that there's like the door is open and then the vampire is there, but who's banging on the door?
Maybe they were banging on the basement door and nobody answered. So then they went around the house and they were like, oh, the kitchen door is ajar.
Ajar. And I think, to answer your question, I think that the rule of invitation, Yeah, no, it should apply. It should apply. If you dressed up as a vampire and you become a vampire, it should apply. But I guess then, okay, so then with that, I think that this is somebody who was invited in once before. And so it carries over into this.
It doesn't seem that that's the case, though, with vampires who are made and then pop up out of their graves, like regular style.
Yeah, like they can't get into their own
Their
homes.
invitation is reset.
Right. Okay, well, you know what that is, Jenny?
Hell math.
Okay, so Angel vamps out because he's fighting the vampire. And you can't get a vampire angry without them vamping out. This is the law of vamps.
Angry and horny.
Angry and horny. Yeah, exactly. Hungry and horny. After slaying, hungry and horny turns you into a vampire. Buffy is like, my heavens, my stars, and runs out of the house into an alley where any young woman will always be safe.
My stars.
Okay, we get the classic exchange between Giles and Willow. Please let us hear it.
All right, well, let's review. So everybody became whatever they were masquerading as.
Right. Xander was a soldier and Buffy was an 18th century girl.
And your costume?
I'm a ghost.
Yes. The ghost of what exactly?
Well, this is nothing. You should see what Cordelia was wearing. A unitard with cat things like ears and stuff.
Good heavens. She became an actual feline?
No. She was the same old Cordelia. Just in a cat costume.
She didn't change.
No. Hold on. Party Town. She told us she got her outfit from Party Town.
And everybody who changed, they acquired their costumes where?
We all got ours at a new place, Ethan's.
Ba ba ba!
Fucking Ethan Rayne somewhere so excited that somebody has finally said the name of the costume shop out loud to his boyfriend.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Also, Giles like taking his glasses off because Willow is scantily clad, but then putting them back on because it's called Ethan's. You know what I mean? There's a lot happening. A lot of glasses work happening from Tony Head. Okay. Buffy is fucking running down an alley. Angel and Xander and Cordelia love this trio, go to look for her. Spike is watching and learns that Buffy is out there, and he says, somewhere out there is the tenderest meat you've ever tasted.
Don't you feel like he built these alliances with these child goblins awfully quickly?
I really do. I really do. But Spike, you know, part of my argument for why Halloween is the best episode of the Halloween Buffy episodes is because it has Spike leading a bunch of children into battle to fight the Slayer. It's just, who then, like, by the end are like, where's my mommy? Oh, Mom Jenny just got activated.
I gotta go.
Okay. Larry the pirate finds Buffy for... It's not Spike. It's actually Larry the pirate. Pretty. Okay, sure. Back to Ethan's. Oh, my God. Okay, so now I have a question for you, Jenny, about recording this podcast, which is, are we bouncing back and forth or are we going straight through? We probably have the power to bounce back and forth, but it's a lot of bouncing. So hang on, kids. Buckle your seatbelts.
Buckle up.
Willow and Giles arrive. Giannis' eyes are glowing, which is, by the way, just a quick note from before when Ethan was being dramatic and doing the spell, like literally the commercial break hit after the reveal of Giannis, the statue like panning out. And I feel like maybe the eyes were supposed to be glowing then, and they were not. But now they're glowing, okay?
Props is on it.
We learn about Giannis, the division of self, male and female, light and dark.
Chunky and creamy. Oh, no, sorry. That's peanut butter.
Willow, get out of here now.
But...
Now.
Hello, Ethan.
Hello, Ripper.
Everyone's clothes have fallen off. I don't know where they went. It's unbelievable.
Oops.
Oh, my God. God, the tension. You could cut it with an actual fucking knife. But before we can get into all that will transpire between these two hunky men, Xander gets his in the alley by punching Pirate Larry in the face.
We don't always endorse punching people in the face on this podcast, but sometimes, you know, it feels good.
Cordelia looking really good in Xander's jacket. Okay, there's a lot to be said about the Xandelia of it all, but like this is a good look. Cordelia has learned inside of this episode that Angel is a vampire.
No, she doesn't believe that he's a vampire.
Oh, that's why she's being
That's why she's like, oh, I'll just play along with this girl who doesn't know anything.
Because I was like, damn, not to give you too much making the sausage here, but I took the detailed notes for the second half of this episode. So when I was taking them, I was like, oh, yeah, she's like defending Angel. And then when I watched the first half of the episode, I was like, but she just learned he was a vampire? Anyway, too much sausage, too little time.
Yeah,
That's
that
what she
actually
said.
sounds like the subtitle of this episode.
Okay. Angel's a good vampire. He would never hurt you. He's our friend. Willow finds them, tells them they have to get inside because now she's learned that something is up with Ethan. Mm-hmm. And Spike is, of course, leading his children monster army.
Angel having no time to fuck around. Everyone's fleeing except he just picks Buffy up and is like, it will be faster if I carry you.
Buffy is so excited. Lady of Buffonia, absolutely thrilled. I almost just said she's thankful that there's so many layers of petticoats. And then I said, oh my God, Kristin, what the fuck is wrong with you? So we will continue. Ethan's what? No hug? This Halloween stunt stinks of Ethan Rayne, Giles says. Oh my God. Jenny, your note
Ethan doesn't wish to blow his own trumpet. I think it might be because he would prefer Ripper do it for him.
Wow.
None of our business, but we're here to report on the facts, and those seem to be them.
It's like so hard to pay attention to anything except for the sexual tension in this scene, but I'm going to try really hard to do that so that I can let you know that the underbelly of all of this is that Ethan is calling out Giles. Never harming the innocent. You're putting on this act of being this like prim and proper watcher. He says, I know who you are and I know what you're capable of, including all of that sexy stuff that you can do to me. And then he realizes by the look on Giles's face that, oh, nobody knows, do they? So we learn in this moment that if you're watching the series.
Past.
Yes. And so if you're watching the series for the first time, you're probably thinking, oh no, Giles might be like also evil ? Like what's happening here? Of course, we know that no, Giles isn't actually evil. He just is sexy Ripper and he has a dark past and hot. Giles says that Ethan's bait worked perfectly. Giles is like, you better break the spell. And if you don't break it, I'm going to beat you up.
And Ethan's like, oh no, anything but that, Daddy.
Knowing the whole time that all he has to do is tell fucking Giles to break the statue of Giannis, he's like, oh no, I can't remember. I don't know how you end the spell. You better hit me a couple of times. Okay. Barricading's happening in the alley. Ethan says to Giles, after Giles fucking punches him, kicks him, does something violent to him, and you said the Ripper was long gone. The Ripper? The Ripper? Not just Ripper. The Ripper?
I guess it can be both ways.
Yeah. It's also what Giles says.
Giles wants to know how to stop the spell. Ethan wants to keep getting kicked.
You're welcome. At the warehouse, Spike has cornered Buffy. Okay. Speaking of S&M, BDSM.
As always.
Spike has cornered Buffy, who is still Lady of Buffonia. And he says, shaking, alone, lost, little lamb. This is what he says. He loves this. I call bullshit. This is not at all what Spike wants. Spike also would like to have a statue of Giannis, but not tell Buffy that the way you break the spell is you break it so that Buffy will kick the shit out of him. And we all know that that's true.
He
so
at least wants to be meeting her like as an equal.
Exactly. He wants the fight at the very least. He doesn't want to fight. If this were to have continued, he would not have fucking killed Buffy. This is not the way that he wants to kill a Slayer. But that's
yeah. So unsatisfying.
Yeah. You can read my next note, Jenny.
Ethan, basically giggling, says to break the statue of Giannis.
Okay. Willow gives Xander permission to shoot Spike.
And so begins a long tradition of the Scoobies acting like they're going to kill Spike and never, ever, 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 ever doing it.
Yes. The spell breaks because back at Ethan's, Giles has shattered the statue. And Buffy gives us a, "Hi, honey, I'm home." And I say, in my notes, thank God her wig cap didn't stay on when they pulled the wig off.
Dude.
You know, because that would have been embarrassing. I feel like it would have hit less hard.
Not a good look. Not a good look for slaying. Not a good look for quipping.
No. Ethan got what he came for, so he, of course, disappeared.
At the warehouse, everybody's back to themselves. Xander's like, whoa, it was like, I could see everything that was happening, but I couldn't get out. And then Cordy's like, Angel. And Xander's like, don't bother. Trust me.
Yeah.
Neither of us has any power in this situation. Buffy and Angel are gonna Bangel. They're gonna Bangel.
Yeah. Yeah. They're gonna Bangel, so we might as well Zordelia.
Might as well. Where's Willow?
Where the fuck is Willow? A porch in Sunnydale. Willow wakes up. She goes to cover herself with her ghost costume, but then she says, fuck it. I can do what I want. Up rolls the Ozmobile in all its glory. Jenny, you have a note about where the steering wheel is located.
Oz has a steering wheel that is not from he has a van that's not from the United States. The steering wheel is on the right side.
Yeah.
So let's all just be aware of that.
Drive carefully, Oz, please. And of course we get...
Who's that girl?
Wow. Back in Buffy's bedroom. You know what's funny? Like, we talk a lot about Cordelia's looks and Buffy's looks and all these like iconic outfits. Anytime Buffy is in like a pair of sweatpants and a tank top, it is actually my favorite outfit that Buffy has worn. She always looks so cozy and cute in her sweatpants. Yep. And I feel like every time I wear sweatpants, like I really want to be giving this. And it's just not exactly what I'm giving. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I do. Not about you specifically.
I write in my notes, Angel, contemplating how this room might look if drawn in charcoal, is laying on Buffy's bed when Buffy enters.
Kristin, our boy went shopping. Look at this translucent stripe button up.
I can't handle.
I mean,
there's so few moments in the series where these two just get to sit and flirt. Like, we don't get a lot of this. Like, no one's in peril.
Yeah.
No, like, right. They're just sitting in Buffy's room with the sole intention of being flirty.
Totally.
Angel's like, why did you think I would like you dressed like that? And she's like, I saw this drawing in this book and I thought, oh no, I don't look like that drawing. I should look like that drawing.
Angel, look, we appreciate that he's supporting Buffy in this moment, but he goes a little hard. He's like, I hated all of the girls from the time I was a young man. They were dull. They were simpering morons. I always wish I could meet someone exciting, interesting, 220 years my junior, and then they kiss, kiss, kiss.
Angel only knows two settings, and it's setting 1, Buffy, you look fine. Setting 2,
all
Buffy,
other women are garbage and should die. Only you should live. Oh, if I could snap my fingers and make all women on Earth dead besides you, I would do it.
fucking dramatic asshole, Angel. Okay, speaking of drama, Ethan, when did Ethan leave the note? Did he write it? Did he have it written before he disappeared?
Well,
was he hiding when he
all
disappeared?
the costumes are gone. Were the costumes gone when Giles and Willow? Does he have a storage unit in Sunnydale that's just now full of Halloween costumes?
Oh my God! Do you think Ethan stores his costumes at the same place we store our Sunnydale prom supplies?
I hope so.
Oh my God. He left his boyfriend a note. Now, if it said, be seeing you, period, it would be one thing. But it says, be seeing you, ... The ellipses speak volumes about how much he wants to get kicked when he returns. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. They are. It is like a very bitchy little ellipses.
Oh, Tony had, this is your note, Jenny, but his look to camera, when I edited the video, which in case you miss it, I set basically all of these beats between Ethan and Giles to Rihanna's SSS and MMM. When I got to the clip where Giles fully breaks the fourth wall and looks at all of us dead in the eye, I nearly had a heart attack. I was like, this is the most perfect fucking video that's ever been made. And it's all because it gets to end with this moment where Giles just for no reason looks at all of us like, well, guess the gig is up. Y'all know we belong to the Society of Giannis and the Giannis Society, both card-carrying members.
His eyes leave marks upon my soul.
Yeah, mine too. And that's where the fucking episode ends, Jenny. Wow. It really is always fucking something on Halloween.
It is. Whoa! Gee whiz. How do we, okay, I'm Jenny Owen Youngs.
I don't know. I'm Kristin Russo. I'm covering myself with my ghost costume right now.
Yeah. I'm taking it off.
Whoa! Hold
on. When I'm not watching Buffy and making this podcast with Kristin, I'm a music person. I do music stuff, and I am going to do some of it live this fall. I'll be in Carborough, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I'll be in Carborough. I'll be in Decatur, Georgia. I'll be in Nashville, Tennessee. Have you heard of it, lads? I'll be in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'll be in Columbus, Ohio. I'll be in most of those places with my buddy Louisa Stanshoff, who is an amazing person and music person, and we will be playing songs live for people who want to see and hear that. Please find show information at jennyowenyoungs.com, and please say hi to me on socials at Jenny Owen Youngs.
I like that we're now referring to you and all others in your field as music person or music people. Just that's good.
I don't know, musician?
No, I like it. I like music person. I'm a music person.
Anything to avoid the word creator. Well, we don't have to get into the whole creator.
Okay, of it all.
It's like there are positives and negatives. Carry on.
I do want to say that if you are anywhere in like Vermont or Massachusetts, New York, whatever, and you're like so sad because you can't see Jenny play music, and you're too far away, don't worry, because we will be in your cities, and we should say so. So we're going to be in New York City on October 18th. We're going to be in Philly on October 19th. And like, honestly, this is the first time in our history when we've ever gotten to do a 2-part episode, both live. So we're doing What's My Line Part 1 in New York and What's My Line Part 2 in Philly. Very fun.
Nice.
Yeah, very fun. And then everyone's fucking favorite episode, Ted, we're doing a live taping of just before Halloween in Burlington, Vermont. And we've never been there before. So you should come to see us.
I've been there, and I'm sure you've been there. But
Buffering the Vampire
Slayer has yet to be there. The first time I played in Burlington, I was sitting in a cafe with my bandmates. Like, we were like getting an early dinner before the show. And all of a sudden, I didn't know that this was a thing that existed until this very moment, or just after, I should say. But all of a sudden we just saw like a zombie stumble into the window framing.
Okay.
And then there was another one, and then suddenly there was just a gigantic parade of zombies stumbling and groaning and muttering. And we were like, what is happening? And that's when I learned about the annual Halloween zombie walk.
Yes, it's like SantaCon, but better.
Yes.
I mean, most things are better than SantaCon. No offense if you're a SantaConer. Anyway, I'm Kristin Russo. I'm not going on tour for anything except for talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But I do work with LGBTQ communities, and you can learn about my work and the book club that I run over there, as well as my queer horror movie club. Just go to KristinNoeline.com. That's KristinNoeline.
Buffering the Vampire Slayer is on socials at BufferingCast. And you can always email us at hello@bufferingcast.com.
Jenny, I know that what I'm supposed to do is tell people how they can support us, but I want you to know that my current wife has sent a picture to me of our child. She has taken she has sort of like longer hair in the back, and she has braided it. And so my child now has a little rat tail.
Beard?
Oh my God, it's just too much. So if you want to support my child and her rat tail.
Feed the rat tail.
Feed the rat tail. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/bufferingcast. Leave us a review. We would love that on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts. That would be great. Buy our book, Slayers, Every One of Us, on sale. An amazing holiday gift. The holidays are nearly here. Do you gift for Halloween? Also a great gift for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. This episode was produced by Kristin Russo, Jenny Owen Youngs, and LaToya Ferguson in consultation with Mackenzie McDade. It was edited by Kristin Russo. Until next time.
Woo!
Yeah! Halloween. It's supposed to be a slow night. Giles promised it'd be no night for vamp activity. But somebody had a differing opinion. Giannis's devoted minion came to Sunnydale and brought some anarchy. It's the big Halloween switcheroo. It's the big Halloween switcheroo. You don't even know who you're gonna be. It depends where you got your costume to see. It's a big Halloween switcheroo. Noble gal. That's the costume I showed up in, looking like Angel's ex-girlfriend. Boys just love that, right? Cordelia is somehow cattier than ever in a leotard of leopard. Hey, where'd Willow go? She vanished like a ghost. It's the big Halloween switcheroo. It's the big Halloween switcheroo. You don't even know who you're gonna be. It depends where you got your costume, you see. It's a big Halloween switcheroo. And then the change. I became completely helpless, just a damsel in my distress at Spike's mercy, or lack thereof, of course. All my friends came together to my rescue, held me up till I came back to all the sense I lost. Kristin, hit that clock. It's the big Halloween switcheroo. It's the big Halloween switcheroo. You don't even know who you're gonna be. It depends where you got your costume, you see. It's a big Halloween switcheroo. What became of Ethan Rayne and the chaos god he served? And when the heck will Oz find out? Who is that girl? It's the big Halloween switcheroo. It's the big Halloween switcheroo. You don't even know who you're gonna be. It depends where you got your costume, you see. It's a big Halloween switcheroo. Yes, it's the big Halloween switcheroo. Yeah, it's that big Halloween switcheroo.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even need to listen to that because it lives in my brain, but what a joy to listen to.
It's true. It's if Halloween is one of the most watched episodes of the series, I do think that Halloween, the song, is one of the most played in your repertoire. This is, not to blow my own trumpet. Is that what Ethan says?
Yes, that's what he says. I knew you were going to blow your own trumpet on this.
I always do. So me. But this is the only melody that I ever wrote and it's not even the verses. It's only the chorus. But that came right from this mind, right? This beautiful mind.
Big Halloween switcheroo.
And it wasn't. I don't even think it was. You don't even know who. That was Jenny. It was just
yeah. Big Halloween switcheroo. All Kristin.
Yeah.
But sometimes understand that as I say this, I'm not. It's complimentary. Sometimes you got to dumb it down. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need to simplify, and the curse, like the more you learn about music, the more options you have to unsimplify. You know what I mean? Which is why I think like a lot of the songs that we collaborated on, like I feel like your contributions are very vital in sort of bringing in every man's perspective, and not necessarily the most musical, like a non-musician perspective, right? The composition. And then let's see, this is the second time in the universe of our songs where Buffy canonically knows Kristin.
Right, but the first time we decided this is really where we break down the wall, which we probably shouldn't have done. But because the first time is when I'm doing the spoken vocals in the pack, and you don't like. I could be playing anyone. I'm not necessarily me. My name is not spoken.
It's actually on like Spotify and stuff. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer featuring Kristin Russo. So that is you.
But like Jenny Owen Youngs is playing the role of Buffy in the songs. You know what I mean? Like Kristin Russo.
I know what you mean, but it's Kristin Russo in that song.
Okay. Fair enough.
I love that neckerchief.
Well, I love her neckerchief, and now I'm her dearly beloved glockenspiel companion. Always got the Glock ready to go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure it speaks for itself, but the musical sort of target for this arrangement and performance was one of my favorite performers of all time, Johnny Cash. Specifically, I was thinking about his two prison records, live at Folsom and live at San Quentin. Just two incredible live records. What a guy.
Yeah.
I just I love listening to him. He has a way of, singing and then also singing without singing. And I was trying to capture both of those. There's a particular song, I can't remember which of those two records it's on, where he like coughs kind of in the middle of a performance, and it's like the take that they ended up using for the record, and there's sort of like a couple spots in the vocal performance on this song where I was trying to like get that like sort of thing in there. The bass part is like pure Dan Romer. Like I learned the things that I learned about producing and arranging. I feel like the first big chunk of them all came from making my records with Dan. Yeah. And that bump, 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 bump is like, I mean, Dan didn't invent it, but Dan put it in my head. Yeah. And that's like what that's about.
That's funny, Jenny, because, I mean, I obviously have spent a lot less time with Dan Romer, but he's been a friend of ours for a long time. And when you just did that bass line, what I thought of was one of my favorite, more recent things that Dan has worked on, which is the music for Station 11, the television show, which is just... the score, I mean, that show is gorgeous. The score is gorgeous. Dan did an incredible job with it. But in the last or second to last episode, there is a cover of Midnight Train to Georgia, where it's just, they only have, I don't know, a giant horn, and I don't know which giant horn it is, but it's just playing the bass line of Midnight Train to Georgia. It's Deborah Cox, who is in the show and who is the character who's singing in this moment. And then like a horn player and maybe one other person. It's stripped down. It's just beautiful. And I don't know if the bass line is anywhere near what you just did, but it conjured that for me. So yeah. I'm gonna guess yes. And hey, that is
a sousaphone, baby. That's what I played in marching band.
Nice. Yeah, this is a fun song. This song gets played at a lot of live events. As a matter of fact, if you are coming out to any of our live events and there's music, I would bet that this would be one of the choices, especially with it being the month of October.
For sure.
The Old West is an iconic period of American history and full of legendary figures whose names still resonate today, like Jesse James, Billy the Kid, and Butch and Sundance, Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, and Geronimo, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, and Bass Reeves, Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, the Texas Rangers, and many more. Hear all their stories on the Legends of the Old West podcast. We'll take you to Tombstone, Deadwood, and Dodge City, to the plains, mountains, and deserts for battles between the U.S. Army and Native American warriors, to dark corners for the disaster of the Donner Party, and shining summits for achievements like the Transcontinental Railroad. We'll go back to the earliest days of explorers and mountain men, and head up through notorious Pinkerton agents and gunmen like Tom Horn. Every episode features narrative writing and cinematic music, and there are hundreds of episodes available to binge. I'm Chris Wimmer. Find Legends of the Old West wherever you're listening now.
Goodbye, summer movies. Hello, fall.
I'm Anthony Devaney.
And I'm his twin brother, James.
We host Raiders of the Lost podcast, the ultimate movie podcast, and we are ecstatic to break down late summer and early fall releases. We have Leonardo DiCaprio leading a revolution in one battle after another, Timothée Chalamet playing power ping pong in Marty Supreme.
Let's not forget Emma Stone in Yorgos Lanthimos' Begonia. Dwayne Johnson, he's coming for that Oscar in The Smashing Machine. Spike Lee and Denzel teaming up again, plus Daniel Day-Lewis's return from retirement.
There will be plenty of blockbusters to chat about too. Tron Ares looks exceptional, plus Mortal Kombat 2 and Edgar Wright's The Running Man starring Glenn Powell. Search for Raiders of the Lost podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.